roll call.
Bradshaw. Nelson. Palmer.
Here.
Porter. Sullivan. Walden.
Here. Okay, approval of minutes, motion to approve the minutes on the March 4th, 2026 city council meeting. Okay, roll call.
Walden.
Yes.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Porter. Yes. Palmer.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Bradshaw.
Yes. Okay, approval of the bills. Motion to approve payment of bills as they appear on the warrant sheets.
There is one check for waste management that I'm going to rewrite. It was $10 or $20 off, so I need to reprint that one.
I'll make the motion to pay them as they are, plus the one modified waste management one.
1 second.
Okay, roll call.
Bradshaw.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Porter.
Yes.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes. Okay, public comments. Anybody have any public comment? Okay, communications. Only thing I have, we talked about Baxmeyer having somebody cut it. He said that he would charge $400 every time he cuts it. So it'd be $400 a week, 400 every, 400 times 4. So
Is that for the everything or just the around the road?
400 for one time, the whole place. That'd be 1 week. I mean, if we get good
Well,
rain.
could we, set dates as needed most? I mean, we wouldn't have to have
Like-
a vote every week,
Every other week.
or once or twice a
It
month
could be,
or something.
Well, sometimes when it grows up and looks bad, it looked bad sometimes when we waited.
Have they, did that lot fall through, or
that one.
that guy for building that lot, did he go for it, or?
This is April 1st, and I've not heard a word from him. So, we can only hope, or maybe it did fall through. That's all I have. So, the $400, is something to think about, because, you know, you have it cut twice, there's $800 a month. And sometimes it could be 3 times. So that's something to think about. And that's all I have, city attorney.
Yeah, I have several things. First, an update on 101 North Chestnut. If you recall, last month I said that I had filed suit against the guy who now has title to it, and that got him to actually appear in court. He said, I'll take care of that. So that was 2 weeks ago. Still haven't got the deed, but I did hear from him today promising to have the deed in the mail to Jim Dial by Monday. So if that happens, we're back in court in 2 weeks. If it happens, then I can dismiss it. If it doesn't, then we'll get a trial date and get it consolidated with the other case and try and get a judgment against them. So that one's moving. A reminder on the 213 Sarah, that his opportunity to comply with the court order has passed, so it's now open to the city to step in and fumigate and all of that. So I don't know, I haven't heard any reports, so I'm guessing nothing's underway yet. I will get a memo to you. There was a question last meeting about the tax purchaser. The tax purchaser buys subject, or if he proceeds to actually take title to the property at the end of the redemption period, at that point, he will have to pay any city liens in order to get the title, or he can say, well, I don't want to pay those liens, and he can get his money back through a sale and error. So the tax purchaser is not, it shouldn't affect the city's rights at this point at all. But what that does mean is we have to be very careful in the expenditures. If we want to lien all those expenditures, they have to be documented pretty well. So we'll send a memo tomorrow or Friday, making sure that that's covered. But whoever you get to do that will have to know, what they're required to do.
Who are you sending the memo to?
Bill.
Bill.
Unless I should send it to any others as well, but Bill and Janet, I'm just gonna have a copy. So,
Doesn't the tax purchaser, can't they come to us and request that we waive the liens? of
that
the
could be done
purchaser?
too, that could be done too.
I think we did that with one, they came, I think we waived a water bill lien, or, we waived something, and, cause we wanted them to purchase it, so we didn't have to take it. So that is always an option.
Yeah, I mean, that's still down the road, but, you know, but yeah, once you get to that point, depending on how much money you have in on the fumigation and pest control.
So we could go in and take a look.
You have a court order allowing you to, I take the police with you if I were you. But, you have a court order allowing you in the property for those purposes, you know, obviously. Okay, third item, I just wanna, let you all know that, starting this month, I'm gonna transition to having Andrew, Jarmer be the point person for Assumption, and so he will be attending the meetings, and he'll be the main person that Janet and Bill contact, or anybody else with anything to do, so, I will be stepping back. So just FYI. Fourth thing, I did hear some, and listen to the audio of the, committee of the whole meeting, discussing my bills, and so I did want to address that, so that, you know, respond to any questions. The main concern that I heard from that, reflecting to me, was the duplicate time with me and Andrew. And there were really three factors, and this is, work performed in February. The biggest thing was that the city is getting FOIA requests from some professional FOIA companies. There's a law firm down in St. Louis that appears to have a business model of sending out FOIAs, waiting for municipalities to drop the ball and then suing them. And so we were kind of bird dogging that. Andrew represents Auburn. They've got the same issue. He was able to, you know, we were able to combine our information and figure out the best way to respond both to that and to several others. We just got some today from another people who send a lot of FOIAs. So we're just trying to put some policies in place to make sure that we don't make ourselves targets for that. And again, Andrew is dealing with that in other municipalities, so, you know, he had that view on it as well. We did basically split the time on it, but that was, you know, definitely something that was value added, having him involved. The other 2 points that Andrew was involved in February that was the month I was doing my main recovery from my surgery, and I just couldn't get to the office to research things. So I had to call him and say, you know, look into this, and then I was the point person to relay that to the city. So, you know, there was that. And then the third thing was just to start the process of him getting into more of the daily business of the city. So there is some transition work there. With that all being said, you know, I'd be happy to knock some time off of a future bill if you look at those and think that there was unnecessary duplication. There was also mention of me talking to third parties, particularly Joyce Thornburg sent an email to me, and that was about a half an hour's worth of my work. But the reason I responded to that is because she had herself modified a contract that was drafted by the city for sale of the Baxmeyer lots. So, you know, I don't think it would have been in the city's best interest to just let, you know, modified contract out there without at least taking a look at it. So that's what I did. And the final thing, there was a concern about Janet turning over recordings of the meetings without a FOIA request, and I just want to make it clear that that's not a requirement. FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, is a floor, not a ceiling. So it's the minimum the city has to do to provide information to the public, not you know, not the limit of it. And, you know, truthfully, anyone can record this meeting. They have a full right to record it and take it home with them tonight and share it with whoever they want. So there's really nothing private about, you know, now the minutes aren't official until they're approved. But she can still share draft minutes, so long as those are identified as draft and not approved. But her minutes, written minutes, are the official record of what happens. The audio recording is just, and the video recording are just assistants. So, those are the things I wanted to talk to you about.
I have a question about that, okay. Because it's a Voter Meeting Act, so because the audio was not, sometimes they do videos and sometimes it's just the audio. So it's perfectly fine, is what you're saying, for them to receive the audio. And
Yeah.
it's just not the approval, okay.
Yeah.
And then the video. We purchased a camera for our video. Our camera it was a waste of money because we do not use that camera. We're using someone's cell phone. I don't know
We
who.
want a cell phone.
The city bought a cell phone
Yep.
too to start recording.
Because the camera
So now
wasn't working.
So we do it on the, okay, so that is the city's cell phone, okay. And then it's okay if those are put on before the minutes approved, both of those on.
You can,
City
you can,
I
you
know
can
a person
publish those
can.
simultaneously. I
The
mean,
video.
those could be live
From
tonight.
what I was told when I looked into it, the video and the recordings are two separate things.
And, yeah, I know you said you talked to somebody. I'd be happy to talk to them if they have some information I
Christian
don't.
County, yeah.
Okay.
I just wanna make sure I understood what about that.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine.
Just not executive. That's the.
That's it.
Executive, yes, because they have to be approved before you can put those out.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that clarification.
And
It was
sometimes
executive session.
executives,
Yeah.
it can be 6 months or longer before you put them out, it can be years.
Right, because,
There is a time limit that you have to release.
yeah, you have to review and release.
Nothing.
Older persons, anybody?
I've got one quick update. So, I talked to Justin Raff from American Signacore about our new tornado siren system. We will, at the latest, it will be the end of this month. He's trying to bump us up. They run into a lot of problems with installs because they're based out of Wisconsin, and every time they start to do any kind of project, they keep getting blizzards up there, and he's like, we can't even ship stuff out half the time. But he said it should be installed and operational by the end of the month. That was my update.
Okay, any new business?
I have one more
Oh,
question, it'll be under new business, that's fine.
I got, this on Donnie's side and Gary's. Leafland and, Locust Street by Jim McLeod, that entryway that's going into the brick there off the.
That
blacktop.
drain? Are you
Out
talking-
of the road.
Oh.
He said asphalt's coming out of it and big chunks, probably like it is down here, Walnut.
Depending on where it's at, that's county. Is it on our side or is it on
They
the
said it's
blacktop?
right there when you turn off the blacktop, we hit the brick road. I haven't looked at it, I was told that today.
Okay, I'll have to look because I'm not sure, but I'll let Darren know.
And then the greenhouse on Poplar, what's going on with that? We condemned it, right?
we condemned it, and a company from Florida paid, Virginia Jones, bought the deed and everything. Now these people are coming in and remodeling this house. Yeah, it's a waste, but they are cleaning the house, they're gonna put a new roof and fix it up.
I just seen a dumpster and signs that says no trespassing all over.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
they
the
put them
city
in.
condemned it, I mean,
Yeah, and obviously they could do that, they could buy it from whoever owned the house and we tracked down who did. But
So are they gonna report to you then whenever, to
Yeah.
see if it meets our requirements
Yes.
of?
He has called, there's a guy in Decatur contacted us, and he's putting the roof, he's fixing the roof, and on the floor and in the kitchen, and then they're gonna start putting new pipes, water pipes in. They sent us a check for the water, to pay off the balance of the water. So, they got the deed and paid the people off, and they've already done 4 dumpsters out of that house. But, yeah, you'll probably hear somebody say something about it, but, they've been working at it. They ain't worked at it this morning because it's raining, but they was working on it this afternoon.
So what do we have to do to, like,
Well, when
the
they,
the attorney, what needs to be done then whenever, because we condemned it, and now they're fixing it, so do they just need to have approval from the mayor that it met our standards, or?
Yeah, I mean, basically, at this point, because been no legal proceedings started, there's been no,
I thought there was.
which house are we talking about?
let's see, next.
Is that the one that we have the agreement with Virginia on?
No, that's the other house.
Yeah, so only the one with Virginia that we have, we were in court on, and we've got her an agreed order with her to start cleaning it up, or to clean it up. That's a different house, though, right?
It's a different house, yeah.
So no, I've not done any, that's been provided, in fact, I'm not even sure, maybe I guess I have seen the
It's been
documentation you
discussed
served on
many
it, but yeah, since it hasn't gone any farther than that, yes, you can reach an agreement with them, and you could, even if it was in court, but we'd have to, deal with the court proceedings, so.
I have one more question then with the attorney.
Mhm.
Is Andrew taking it over? I'm sure the fees are probably gonna change.
No, the fees are the same,
Okay.
we charge all municipal clients, basically the lowest rate we have, so.
Anybody else? Okay, let's move on to engineer update.
So far, we have 2 projects left in your town, which is probably rather nice. You guys are glad to be done with the sewer. Phase 2 water lead service replacement has now come to a close. The service has been installed, we had 9 left to go. Final grade and seed should be done. I expect to see final disbursement at the end of this month of April. That will close that project up and end that loaning procedure and disbursement payout. The water treatment plant, the building at such is roughly at 90% complete, with outside finishes getting ready to be completed as soon as the weather starts to turn. So that would be our fencing, that'd be grade and seed, the electric gate openers, and then just general cleanup of the property, backfill, to where we're starting to look like we're almost done on the outside. Inside, mechanically, we are roughly at about 80% complete. All major big skids have been set. Process piping is coming along. We have quite a few manufacturing delays that have happened. I would like to say that I have a little bit more faith in American manufacturing, but after what I have just seen, I know this is a bad project. I've never seen materials come out that twice that have been rejected. So that has put them in a real time crunch to try and stay on board with finishing up. Tonight, we've asked for an extension of the IEPA contract, due to these lead times of the manufacturing equipment coming in or being wrong as they've been shipped, and been received at our site. It has set us back. The original date that we had to be complete was this April, I think it was April 16th. We were asking for an extension to go down to the end of July. That should put the water treatment plant fully functional, fully open. We would not be running on the old water treatment plant. We would be fully switched over and now running on the new. With some of the equipment delays, we have some communication and telemetry that runs your well, that communicates back to the Some of that with the equipment has also been delayed on antenna work and receiver work, which with our extension should be fulfilled by the end of July. With that being said, we are moving along as quickly as possible. The issue with this is definitely a phasing and taking one water treatment facility out of production and bringing another one on without any hiccups or delays or any boil orders that would be unnecessary. So as we go along, a plan has been developed. There might be a few change orders that we would be seeing at the next committee of the whole that will be presented, one of which we have a nitrate tank in your existing plant that was slated to be remediated, basically sucked out, material cleaned and put back in. It's actually found out right at this moment that the lead time to speed up and get the plant onto production would be faster for them to remove the nitrate skid, move it over to the new building, hook that one up, get it ready, and actually use brand new material and media set up so that way it makes the transition and you're transporting that one tank already ahead of the other tank. Once the final tie-in inside the building is complete, the secondary tank would be remediated and set to the side. So what that gives us is it gives us kind of a dual way to run off of your other nitrate tank, bring your other water treatment plant on for testing, for all the telemetry, and do runs with it, and we would actually have a complete system to start operating before the need is actually necessary to branch off of your old system and jump onto your new suite. It will give us time to break in systems, check faults, and to correct problems before you guys would be fully operational in the new plant. So that we factored in a little bit of redundancy in testing, that way we don't have some type of big catastrophe once everything gets switched over. With that being said, it's unfortunate that we had asked for the time extension. It was not foreseeable to us, but as manufacturing some of these parts that we're pulling, some of your parts are coming clear from Florida, others of them are coming clear out west. We've had a kind of an erratic winter in some of those parts, so yes, shipping, there's been delays all across the board, which were unforeseen. We're hoping to minimize that and to move forward as quickly as possible. But with that being said, I would rather focus on the quality of your water treatment plant rather than to rush in, say that it's complete, and then you guys end up with some type of delay or problem with manufacturing clean, pure water.
Didn't we already vote to extend it to July? Wasn't that already done?
No,
I thought we did an extension on the water.
not that I know of. I have no record on that.
That's not a big deal.
No, that's fine. Anyone else have any questions?
What's
concerning-
what coming across with the floor?
The floor itself, as they moved into nitrate, well, not the nitrate, the softener vessels and the rest of the equipment, parts of the floor, took on some damage, which you guys visually saw.
Yep.
With the process piping having to be supported on steel columns and anchored to the floor, sometimes this does happen as an anchor bolt goes in and it expands. We had a few spots where it actually exploded the top surface of the concrete, so there will be repairs that the contractor is going to take on themselves, and within the parameters of the floor coating, if there has to be a touch-up, it has to be blended, it has to be color matched, so that means that they have to actually go in and apply a wider coverage at no cost to you.
What about that's not, I don't think that's the floor issue he was asking about. I think he meant the.
Epoxy?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm explaining.
Oh, okay.
So the contractor, I warned them, by allowing them to go ahead and coat the floor, I had asked them to do it in parts and phases, which required from the installer, he turned around with an extra pretty quick, and I said, okay, that's fine. If you want to charge me an extra, go ahead and do the whole floor, but now you have to protect it, and if there's any problem or any more that happens with that floor, I want color match. That means spread out to a wider area, and if there's multiple damaged spots, you will take care of those, and you have to coat much wider area. So where they're at now is basically where we drive into the building through that door where we have the biggest problem area, up to about mid of the building, you're gonna recoat almost all the building except for underneath the skids. problem kind of solved itself. We will get, the floor will actually, they'll come back through and buff sand, which they have to get adhesion. I have no qualms with actually inspecting what exploded out of the floor, because the concrete gave way. It allowed me to view the cut section of what's been applied. Adhesion was excellent on the floor. The abrasion method in some areas was a little more aggressive than what we had anticipated for our spec. Some of that may have had to do with the finishing surface of the concrete. Like I told you guys before, if I had X-ray vision to tell you how every process is gonna go when we have to dig into something that is a solid material, or even going underground, sometimes there are some unknowns. But in this situation, holding your piece, and then how we had the project spec'd out, and how we had it phased, and the rules that we had with the phasing of allowing them to go ahead and get their surface on now, leaves them liable, in this case, to make all repairs that are suitable and will be approved by the engineer before they exit the building. Any other questions?
Appreciate you going forward with that. I know, whenever it first started, it was a question of whether it was gonna cost more. Appreciate you pushing it through and making it happen for us.
No problem. The biggest thing is for us is to bring as much transparency. Some products and materials will be great in certain applications. Others, it's kind of a 50-50 mix. If we would have written the spec for basically the floor, like I would like to see in some of these water treatment plants, usually puts the cost over budget. It would be almost more than double what the coding system is on there now. And that usually tables the project right off the bat. And where you guys are at, I represent you. So if we need to stand strong, I will stand strong. And if we need to lay down some more rules, then so be it. That's where we need to end off at.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, moving on to motion to approve invoice of water treatment plant. Burdick Heating and Plumbing, pay app, $360,654.00. Chastain's invoice, $15,369.29. Total, $376,023.29.
I'll make the motion to pay the total amount.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Bradshaw.
Yes.
Okay, we talked about this change order to time and extension of the water treatment plant. And we already took care of that, talked it. Okay, motion to repair
Do we
doors.
need to motion?
Make a motion.
Yeah, we'll stop the vote on it.
Do we need to say July or until needed?
Till,
Which do you think we should say, July, until July, or until further notice from you?
It is to the end of July. That is what the extension is to the IEPA for the contract.
You can,
I'll
we've
make-
got this.
I'll make the motion that we extend the water treatment plant to the end of July of 2026.
I'll second.
okay, roll call.
Palmer,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Okay, motion to repair doors on old water plant, $5,000 to up 5,000.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Dana, is that from Jimmy Brown?
And it don't come to 5,000, just so
Yeah,
you know. It's
I
just
couldn't
two.
remember.
And it's 2 doors.
Oh, that covers both doors?
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Porter,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Nelson, Bradshaw,
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
A motion to approve ordinance authorizing city expenditures pending adoption of an annual appropriation ordinance, be 842
purpose of this ordinance, is that you're supposed to have your appropriation ordinance in place by May 1, and we don't have the numbers yet, so this allows expenditures until that gets adopted, which I assume will be at the May meeting, so just for those 5 or 6 days.
I make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Okay. Motion to approve police chief salary and retroactive to March 4th, 2026.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call. Which, didn't anybody not know how much it was?
70,000.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay, roll call.
Walden,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yeah.
Nelson,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Motion to approve roof for a police station, $8,944.74. That is a metal roof. The 8,000 is. And
I think it was like
$70.
$1,000 to $1,200 more than what the
yes,
Regular roof.
roof was.
74.
Yeah.
7,650 with the other one.
Is that a 40-year?
I think Jim said you guys should have copies of it.
We do.
You do,
We
it's in
do.
your packet.
Who was
That's
that
fine.
through? Is that
It's in your
from?
packet.
Oh,
It's
It's
one.
at your service. Roofing?
Oh, my packet, I don't have it.
No, it's in there. It's got the whole thing
I'm
from
assuming it's
Darren.
probably that or better.
The
'cause I
Illinois
think
Transportation,
higher
it's towards
than
the back.
the
I
50s.
didn't, first off, I
They
didn't.
say when they're gonna start on it?
No, I think I'm waiting for the approval
I
to
didn't.
do it.
Is that's the entire roof, right?
Yes.
Yes.
With that front strip and everything? Cool. I'll make the motion to approve the roof.
I have a question. Why don't we just go with the regular roof?
This will last.
And the shingles won't last as long as the metal.
For the price difference,
You
we're
can
probably
get-
getting double the wire.
We were talking about that at the last meeting.
Oh, we didn't have a bid at the last meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
we have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
No.
Sullivan,
Yeah, yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
I just want it noted that I think it should have been the regular roof instead of the metal.
Okay, motion to approve Garwood lease, $2,200 for water wells.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve Revolution for motor fuel tax for $80,000.
This one slid by me as I was reviewing the agenda. What resolution do we need, or what
this
is
is
it?
another fuel tax, the one we usually do for NRT.
So this is really just a motion itself, or you don't need a written resolution?
No. And it's third. Sorry.
That's the word resolution, I didn't draft it.
Yeah. No, it's sorry.
You have a copy of it?
Oh, that thing, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Darren just told
So
us
they
how
already,
it's-
oh, okay.
Darren was paying,
This is the resolution.
taking the money out.
Very good.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Palmer,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Motion to approve door on street shed, $3,500.
I make a motion to approve the door on the city street shed not to exceed $3,500.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Porter,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes.
Nelson, Bradshaw,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve the purchase of the generator for the street shed, $15,500.
I'll make the motion.
That was through that Kohler, right?
No, Kohler was,
I thought Kohler was the one that had the gas line and everything already did it in there, and Generac didn't.
it did, Kohler had it.
So that's the one we went with, right?
That's not what's on here. We went with the one that we knew.
I'm not
I
sure.
thought we went with Kohler, because everything was included when hooked up.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's what we talked about.
Which would only been
Yeah, but I thought we went with the other one because it was, I thought the generic one or whatever it's called, because that's what all of our other ones were, and if we ever,
Yeah, we talked about this.
But yeah,
Because you can
we
switch.
talked about, because the gas line and everything wasn't hooked up, it was gonna cost extra if we went with Generac or whatever, Atchison or whoever it was.
yeah,
Now, I thought we decided on Kohler.
Because the GDS was only $12,193,
Right.
and that was with everything included.
Is this up to 15.5 or is this the actual seven?
I don't know.
yeah, it says on here, $15,500, but it,
The highest one there.
Actually, I think this is the.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. So we wouldn't have to pay for somebody to look at gas
Atchison,
lines.
everything's included, isn't it?
no,
No,
Atchison is where we would have to have, someone to do the wiring or
The
something.
gas line.
The gas line.
Kohler had it all
Right.
already fitted in there.
But our other generators were the same one that is from Atchison. They knew more about that one than the other. Yeah, I know.
15.5, yeah, I don't think this is right, I think these are backwards.
No,
No, they're right.
no,
No,
they're
I mean, I don't think the 15.5 is the one we decided on, because 15.5 is the one that we still have to pay to have the gas lines installed and everything else.
I didn't think we really decided, we just talked about it.
Well, so that's what your motion could be for now, is to make that decision.
So does someone make a motion?
Yeah, we did. Walden and Nelson, we just didn't vote on it.
We can discuss it before we vote, you know.
You can throw it back to the county meeting.
No.
I mean, it doesn't say we have, it just gives a price amount, it doesn't say if we have to purchase, does that matter? It doesn't say the cooler or the Generac, it just says that price.
I thought they were going with the 12,000.
That's what I thought,
Right.
everything.
I'm just saying, if we approved it, and it's for 15, doesn't say it's for the cooler or either one of them, can we still go with the cheaper one?
But you guys didn't say, if you would've said not to exceed, that,
We could
They
just
say that?
vote on it and
vote it down
not
and
have
then
people vote
re-vote,
for it, and then somebody move to
make a new vote.
adopt the other one, yeah, that would be the easiest way to do it.
Bradshaw,
No,
Nelson, Palmer,
No.
Porter,
Yes.
Sullivan, Walden,
No.
I'll make a motion to purchase which, the
GDS
Kohler
Enterprises.
for 12, not to exceed $12,500.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve purchase of rotary mower for Baxmar subdivision not to exceed $8,000.
I got a question. We're still talking about, you said earlier about talking over about mowing, somebody mowing it.
Yes.
Should we put it out there for more bids and see what we come up with, or how many did you ask for, just one? You just asked one guy?
I asked one, I tried to get hold of John, John's been pretty busy,
Right.
so I wanted to talk to John, but this day rolled up pretty quick.
I mean,
He,
I know we tabled it, last month about it?
yes, the person I talked to was Andrew Barnes.
He was probably up about more than that. Can we, I know they just planted grass seed out there, right? So
Right.
it ain't no big hurry to mow yet, I wouldn't
No.
think, is there?
Oh, it's gonna be a while yet, I would say. I may go out there and mow the front part, but it's not a big deal.
I don't know, since we tabled it last month, can we table it again? Can we find out for sure what we're doing? I just don't see paying $18,000 for too long where you go out there and only use it for that. That's I mean, don't get me wrong, I ain't against that place or nothing, but $18,000 just to mow that, buy 2 lawnmowers, no. Now, if we was gonna use them to mow other properties here in town, be a different story. I just don't see that. I don't know how everybody else thinks, but.
Excuse me, Herbie. I mean, just a little mental math shows that that'd be roughly 45 mowing sessions at the $400 mark, so that's a season and a half. So you know,
Right.
do you think that it's reasonable that we would have to keep having it mowed by a service for more than a season and a half?
Add in maintenance and fuel costs that you're gonna pay for the lawnmowers probably gonna be.
And the employee to
Right.
do it.
And then at the end, at least you'll have some equipment that you can use someplace else at the end of it.
Of course, if you look at the next one, to purchase a lawnmower, 10 grand, you could buy a new one for 10 grand.
Well, we got a new one.
That lawnmower, my understanding is not capable of mowing this, because of size wise or something?
It's capable of mowing the front part, right, Bill?
That's the $10,000 one, right, roughly.
That is a lawnmower.
I mean,
Probably is.
Yes.
so it'd be 10,000. Which
Hey,
we have
Jerry,
zero
how does that
actual
look?
mowing.
Minor
We have
goals.
zero sitting out
Yeah.
there.
What do you
I guess my question
It
is,
doesn't
why,
matter to me, you're just mowing.
who are we mowing it for? I mean, yeah, we're trying to keep it down, but it's not like,
Down, it's not real low, you can easily mow it.
it's not like anybody's out there walking through it, inspecting or anything. You don't want it to overgrow like a jungle, but it doesn't need to be mowed like a golf course every week either.
Well, we need to make sure though it's mowed, because there were times that it looked bad, and people made comments to me, and some of those people were people that we had contacted them about them needing to mow their yard, and they're like, the city needs to mow
We're
their
gonna sell
own.
all the lots in here.
So that's something we need to remember too.
I still don't understand why that wasn't really flattened out to where you could mow the entire thing with just a regular lawn.
I know the
And I'd
ones
asked
that they
them.
left out there is for when people built, they had extra dirt that they could use, is what Mark said. And that's why they didn't really go that out. And I think it's probably time,
Which is fine, but
but in the,
now it's $18,000 to,
We just need to remember that Baxmeyer subdivision is going to cost us money until every lot is sold.
it's gonna cost us money even after every lot is sold, because I guarantee you, we're past any point of break even at this point. With additional costs and everything involved, I can't.
We gotta stay on the positive side. We could bring new people to our community that's gonna come and spend more money, do great things for our community. You know, we need to market, you know?
We've been marketing this thing for 4 years, and we're still exactly where we were on day one. I mean, it doesn't, I agree with you 100% that, you know, we have to stay positive and stuff, but we also have to write checks for it too. And positive thoughts isn't gonna cash checks. It is what it is. I've preached this sermon for 30 years, so.
Well, and the majority of us were not on the board when all of this transpired. So, I mean,
I was the only one on the board that voted against it.
Bill, you said that Barnes, that was the mow everything, not just
The
the
11
front and the,
11 point some acres is there.
so I feel like the part that is in front of Business 51 that you guys mowed, and then the strip along both sides,
Both strips.
that should be mowed on a somewhat regular basis to keep that, cause that's the curb appeal, right? And then last year, I think John was doing the main, like, once a month as needed, like in Get Tall. I don't think that is going to stop anybody from buying it if the lot itself is kind of grown up. I don't know if that's something we wanna quote of just having, like, a couple people quote on just the curbside and see if, you know, John is still willing to maybe do the lots themselves, you know, once a month or whatever. And that might be the cheapest route.
You have to put it for open bid. Would that be something?
No, I don't think the volume,
It's not high enough.
right now,
for that.
yeah. But you would wanna get as many as you could.
well, we have two people that mow for us now.
How many roundels do you get out of there? If a farmer came in and belt it.
Well, if you planted it, I get, 18 bales off my 11. It's just all in alfalfa.
What kind of grass is that though?
I originally, when I was 20, I seeded everything in alfalfa when it was cheap to seed in alfalfa. I drilled it in, and I've got a lot of roll in my ground, so I can't really farm it. It's good pasture ground, so what I ended up doing was Timothy fescue was a mix, and so it goes to, since it's got a low percentage now of alfalfa, it goes to a lot of horse farms. So I donate it to my local high school rodeo because I save horses, and so it's just, they mow it for me. I don't get charged anything, and I give away, they wanna give me a tax deduction for it, but it's not worth it to me. They're mowing a percentage of my property for free, and usually I take maybe 2 or 3 bales, and I might take it out and give it to a friend and split like a quarter beef, just by giving some hay.
How tall does it have to be to bale?
Typically I get 2 cuts a year. If it's a really good year and we've got plenty of sunshine, plenty of rain, you get 3 cuts. So that you'll yield about 24 round bales, about 1,200 to 1,500 pounds a piece. Usually I get, if I were to put them on open market, because it is premium, does not have any weeds, thistle, or anything else in it. I go out and hand cut those out just because it's not good for the horse, especially like Queen Anne's lace. But anyways, they typically on feed for what I've got, it'd be about $80 a bale.
How tall does it need to get?
Roughly as alfalfa germinates, I cut it about 2.5, 3 foot tall. So like if you guys were wanting to do just a curb appeal and then you wanted to leave the rest, I mean, you might find a farmer that just wants some blank feed, but if it's all nothing but weeds, you won't get anything.
Tell you,
Kimmer Village.
just getting ready to say, cause Kimmer,
Kimmer Village just has horses.
our local, youth home out here has a horse, program that I'm sure they would love to have a couple of round bales donated to them. I'm sure none of the farmers are here would be
You might just check with a few custom balers. It would be 3 times a year, but they've gotta let it get up a couple feet before it, you know, they're gonna harvest on it. But I mean, that's an option, but you can mow your front and then your sides, and that might cut you some money.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're
That's,
welcome.
I think we need to look into that and talk to Kim.
But if you wanna make money off of it or something like that, you have to invest in some pretty decent seed. So, say 11 acres, if you wanted to do fescue, timothy, and everything else and get it enriched, for a good stand, you got about $3,000 worth of seed and some fertilizer you need to throw down first.
We just put 1,500 in.
You're halfway there.
I had acreage that wasn't planted, it was there forever, and they were baled and no cost to me too, so I think, you know, just depends on what they wanna use it for, but yeah, might not attract kimmerer, but somebody maybe.
So we're saying the subdivision is worth more for hay than it is for
Same
houses.
rules, just take it, yeah, or, I mean, you could just vote it down, or vote for now, and put it back on the agenda if you change your mind.
Well, no one's made the motion yet. If no one makes it, then
It's just on that at the table, yeah.
Basically, we just have to ask if anybody wants to make a motion on each one of them. I think we probably should do that.
Anybody wanna make a motion? Going once? Going twice? Table. How about any further business?
well, isn't this year the 250th anniversary?
Correct.
This is just a thought, I don't know, but at the Baxmeyer, maybe we can have food trucks come in that day, park there at the Baxmeyer and have people come and eat there and watch fireworks from there.
Get blow ups for the kids.
Oh,
Bounce
maybe.
houses?
I think we need to
If we build it,
recognize
we
the
can-
250th anniversary.
No, I agree with you, we need to do something.
I mean, I just threw that out there just because we were been talking about Baxmeyer, but that would also make people aware that we have these lots for sale. They come for the 4th of July.
Well, that's the realtor's job.
I thought
That was the realtor's job.
Also, Waco is
I
not
think-
having fireworks, so
I
to
think
make
fire
them
department, I
come,
think
and they
we're
have to
good.
watch from there.
On
I
the,
think they're gonna end up meeting
Does
their
the
self-funded
ACPA
goal.
do
Oh,
anything
right.
for the
That's good.
250?
Yeah, the city's not
That's
gonna pay for it,
impressive.
but
That's
looks like the community came together and
That's impressive.
do you know Janet?
I don't know, I thought they talked about it.
I wanna say like 10K, 10K.
Liz, you know? Wait, I'm sorry.
Is ACA doing anything for the 250th anniversary?
I know Derek had been trying to reach out to Bill about doing something and had not heard anything, so we just kind of stopped. I mean, we have a meeting Thursday, so.
I personally feel that we should do something.
What are you guys looking, like in conjunction with Assumption Fest or fireworks?
No,
or
we just something with the city. I mean,
solo by
so
itself?
we weren't doing something all by ourselves. We were trying to maybe combine with the city, but like I said, there was nothing. So we kind of were like,
So-
okay.
Kim, you was saying out there, do food truck and have people stay, then you're gonna have to get porta potties and everything else right out there.
And water.
Electricity.
Well, we've got
Well, they,
We've got water meters out there, but you'd have to have water out there too.
Or, you know, certain have bottled water.
There's electricity out
Well,
there.
you can't have food trucks about.
Oh, running water, you can't, so yeah.
sorry, well.
Well, I mean,
wouldn't
it's a good thought, but, or open it up for people to sit out there. With it.
Well, I just know like when I was a child where we used to sit, you're not able to sit anymore for the fireworks.
What is that at?
By the moors, we used to like
Oh,
where
okay.
the football, during football season where everyone used to park. That's like their lot or something now.
And see, that's what's bad, I mean, they set it up where everybody faces south to look at it, you know. I mean, I haven't been on the east side by the school, can you see them that good?
Yeah.
That way,
We always sit over there.
but, you know, the flag and all that stuff they have at the end, you know.
Yeah, it's fine.
which I,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always up top, so.
We've always sit over there on that side. Never had any problems seeing anything.
I mean, I was just trying to think of something.
There's limited room over there, you gotta get over there pretty quick.
Well, if the city wants to do it during the Assumption Fest or something, that's fine, but, I mean, I think we
We
need to
can
do something.
incorporate that. This is something else.
I think we need to do something to recognize.
Gina, I'll call somebody to do it for us.
Or Memorial Day even. That's soon, oh yeah, it is, yeah. I forget that it moved. It used to be.
Any further business?
I just have one thing. The Garwood lease, I mentioned a while back to you, Stephen, about the setbacks.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of Jack about that, and he hasn't had time to deal with it. Yes, I have not forgotten that, I
Okay.
just don't have anybody to contact or any real contacts, so.
Because I know there was something I saw in our ordinance about the setbacks, and it had there was some EPA act or something that was listed in there, and whenever I looked it up, it was saying that they had to stay back.
Is there, because I'd asked for copies of leases, and there really wasn't much provided to me, there's an ordinance authorizing it?
Our ordinance about the wells, it says something about setbacks, and then it refers to
Okay.
the EPA's, environmental
Right, there are
something
certain-
act. But then whenever you look up that act, it says, I think it's a minimum of 500 feet,
We, I
or
don't think it's
200 to
quite
500 feet maybe.
Yeah, but it's for certain, that is correct, but again, I don't know who even contacted with the lease, so I'll wait to hear from Jack.
Okay.
But it is important, the problem is the nitrate levels in the water, they're rising, because it's being farmed close to or we're assuming that's why.
They're within a foot of the fence now.
Yeah, that's been described to me, so we just need to get them to back off, so. But yes, I'd be happy to, been trying to get into that, just don't know who to call.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Do you have the information?
Just the minimum papers.
Is that what you were wanting?
And
Just
if you
on
have
that.
some.
I do have something else. I just want it to be known that I totally appreciate every staff member that we have. Everyone that does the positions, I think everyone's doing a great job. I am just sometimes may be asking for clarification on procedures. It's not because of how anyone is doing their job. I don't have a problem with anyone. I think we have great employees. There are so many things that you guys do throughout the day that we don't know about, and I don't know about it, and I don't care to know about, because you've taken care of it and have done a great job. And that goes for every single person sitting at this table in this room. And I appreciate that everything that everyone does. I just think sometimes we need to make sure we understand the clarification of procedures and, make sure ordinances are being followed and stuff. So, I thank you.
Answer your question on the wells.
Mhm.
I'll ask my IEPA, water and wastewater guy,
Okay.
what the setbacks are, be like a 15-minute conversation, he should know those right off the top of his head.
Perfect. Thank you, Daniel.
Also, Daniel, have you turned in the, budget for Jack yet,
On,
No one
for the projects?
no,
For this,
not yet, we haven't tallied those yet.
okay, I'll need those like, probably in the next week
You know,
or
it's
two,
on for a year and a
at
half.
least in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so you're getting ready to go with your.
Yeah.
your audit.
Yes, that's what I've been waiting on, Jack's budgets and your budgets.
Why you gotta be
Is that
negative
for
all
the
the time?
or is that something else?
Just for the budget.
We need to have time to get it, noticed for the next meeting, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something to me, because I've got people often have been,
Yeah, probably in a week would be the best, if you can get it to me next week.
because next week,
Because I'm
next week
gonna
I've
have
got
to meet
people
with,
off.
yeah, Bill and him and I are going to meet, and we need all those budgets so we can go over. Our cow meeting to give it to everybody. So next week would be the best.
Yeah.
I've got a few people that are off for funerals and so on and so forth, so it's kind of put me in a bind, so I do appreciate you speaking up and letting me know. I'll try and jump on that and see if I can get it expedited.
Perfect, thank you.
Mhm.
And then Dana, will you make sure that Jack, can you tell him again he needs to get those budgets to me within the next week?
Yep, I will.
Thank you.
And then Stephen, we need to have public hearing.
Yeah, it can be immediately before the next meeting, but it has to be publicized, and the text of the proposed, ordinance needs to be available
We'll get the
within 10
budget to you
days.
as soon as we get.
So yeah, that has to all be in place 10 days before the next meeting, and published in the paper, so pretty important that you have it by the next calendar.
Committee of the whole meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, April 21st, 2026 at